Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a special type of video. I've been asked for this for a while now, and I think the last time I did a video like this was maybe a year ago, just over a year ago. You would have seen from the thumbnail. I'm going to go through my current pile of shame. Now, you can call it pile of shame, you can call it pile of opportunity, you can, like I do, pile of goodness, because everything in the pile is good and makes me happy to start working on it. But in this video, I'm going to go through models I have to build, models that are built but need to be painted, whether it's on camera or off camera, doesn't matter. I'm going to go through my stuff that I've 3D printed and that I'm either gluing together or waiting for bases to come in to glue together, or that I've printed and just put to one side and I need to clean supports off and all that sort of stuff. And guys, there's a lot of stuff. there is a lot. Sometimes I look at it and I think, you've got a bit too much here. But with the printer, as Mark says to me, because I print outside in the workshop here, come the winter time, when you do prints, it's going to be hard to print because the resin needs to be a certain temperature. Now it's quite warm in here, but it's still, I don't think it's going to be warm enough to run that. So I want to get as much printed between now and before the cold weather comes in, so then I've got stuff to get on with over the couple of months before it starts warming up again. And not only that, then gives me a chance to get more resin in, all that sort of lovely stuff. Now there was a lot of stuff here, so I'm going to go for it. I do have, I think it's 6 or 7 issues of the Imperial magazine still to build. The Imperial magazine is it's like the Combat Patrol, but it's one before the Combat Patrol. But I'm going to run off the top of my head what I have in there to do. I have 10 incursors, and I can't show them on camera because they come on a sprue with suppressors. And if you bought either one of those boxes from the shop, they wouldn't come together in a sprue. They'd be on their own sprues. So I don't know why they put them on the same sprue and put them in the magazine. But I've got that to do. The suppressors. I've got 3 Paragon war suits that are in the Imperial magazine. I think I've got 2 Cataphan destroyers still to build. I've built them on camera already. And I think I've got 2 Tomb Blades to build, which I already built one on camera already, and it was an absolute nightmare to build. So I've sort of held off on the other 2. There could be 1 or 2 other things. I can't remember off the top of my head now. And the reason I'm saying that, I'm not going to start pulling them out and going through them all because there's too much. So I'm going to bring you down, have a run around the workshop and show you where everything is and what's going on. And well, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you guys feel a bit more not as under as much pressure when you look at my pile of shame versus your pile of shame. Right, so I thought I'd start over here with the 3D printed stuff. Parts for a Wraith Knight. Absolutely fantastic. Those of you that know Imperial Knight, Blue Horrors, but I think they're a little bit too big for Blue Horrors, but the STL file is for Blue or Pink Horrors. The difference is the Blue Horrors don't have a command group and they go on a 25mm base. The Pink Horrors have a command group, but they go on a 32mm base. I have some epic scale screamers that have been scaled up, which is nice. I'm not too happy with the way that's come out too much because the tail's a bit too short for me. So I'm just going to have the 3. Look at the horrible stand underneath. I'm going to have the 3 and then just get some more to add to the unit. I have this monstrosity of bits, some old style fiends, Locust Destroyers, Teleport Homers for my Terminators. I have some Wind Riders still to put together. I have these lovely little, I was going to use them as Plague Beasts, but I don't know what to use them as now. They're actually fantastic. I have a Necron Overlord there. Custom. I love the customability that you can do with 3D prints. Lovely little cloak hanging off of him. So there is some fouled prints here. You can see there's a leg missing from that pox. There's a pox bringer, I think he is. But anyway, there's that. I've got some more bits and pieces up here. They're not glued to the base. I was just trying to see to make sure it's a scale. His wing needs to be glued back on. I've got some Harlequins there to add to these old lead models here. Some are Harlequins, some are old weapons platform guys. Got a Hellbrute there that I actually dropped when I glued him to the base and broke his cannon off, so I'm going to have to try and fix that. I've got, oh, these guys are painted, but I've got some Wind Riders there. I've got, these are parts of the Knights that are being built. There's a few misprints on them, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, like you see the shield there's a bit flappy over. There's a couple of little bits underneath that, just not too great. But once it's built, I can just take plastic pieces, cloaks and, you know, stuff like that, or even old fantasy shields and just glue them coming off of them to make them look, you know, tidy them up a little bit. I've got, I've already painted one of those plague burst crawler things. No, it's not plague, that thing there, the little thing, on camera before, so I don't need to paint that again. But there's blight drones, there's rhinos. I'm going to go to the other side in a minute, but this is one box I have with all models that are primed, including loads of rhinos there, including Marvel Crisis Protocol terrain, which is the cars and the dustbins and stuff. I have the Land Raider there to finish building, but I'm going to put the stuff on top of it when I'm going to paint it. Just to do that in one video, like I did with the Chaos Land Raider. I have this Venerable Dreadnought, which you can't have Venerable Dreadnought anymore, so it's normal Dreadnought, still to finish painting. This is the same box from the other side, so you can get a proper scale of how much is in here. There's Poxwalkers, there's Tactical Squad Marines, there's some Swooping Hawks, there's Corn Berserkers, Stevens even in there, there's Flamers, there's some Tyranid bits and pieces. I still have these on the table set out from the battle report that I did not so long ago, yesterday or the day before, I think Friday. I uploaded it yesterday, Saturday. Got Wave Serpent, 2 units of Guardians. The rest of the striking squadrons needs to be finished off because there's a few of them that I painted earlier on a long time ago, the old lead ones. So I need to finish the rest of those off. These guys are done, but they need to be magnetised. Some of the Banshees need to be magnetised. There's a Venom that I used as a Viper in the last game. But there's 2 of these guys that need to be done off camera because I already painted one of them on camera. There's a Lictor. There's Squad Destroyer. There's Locust Destroyers. There's Assault Intercessors. I started on those guys. The reason I started painting these guys is because I don't think they're that interested on camera. So I just said I'd just paint them off camera. But it's just trying to tinker around with trying to find the best way of getting match up to colours on, which I've sorted out now. So I will go back to them and get them sorted out. Wraith Blades. Homogants and Termagants. I have 68 Termagants left to build at this stage. Keeper of Secrets, Scourges, there's a Great Demon of Nurgle, there's another Keeper of Secrets. I have 2 Doomsday Cannons, 2 Doomsday Arcs. I have a Kit Bashed Annihilation Barge. What else do we have? I still have the Plague, the Death Guard Plague Marines to finish painting. But I finished the horrors, they're all done now, so I just need to sort their bases out. Space Marine Captain Jump Pack. You can see all this stuff at the back here that needs to be done. That's all the stuff for the boat, you know, it's normal. I've got a Hellbrute here to build from the Chaos Space Marine Combat Patrol box, but I lost the instructions. But the same box is coming in the Combat Patrol magazine, so I'm holding off on that until that's done. Down here, I have, that's the Infiltrator squad I was talking about. I have a couple of sprues of Seekers there at the very bottom. I have this box here, which is the Sanatorium Guard box. And this is what's in that box. She's built. I've done Val already, she's done. I've still got these Sacred Saints to do. Sacred Saints to do. Is that how you pronounce it? Anyway, 6 Paragon War suits are in this box to do as well. So that's 9 I have to do all together. A squad of sisters. I think there's actually another squad of those in the Combat Patrol magazine. I think there's come to think of it, I think there's a Penitent Engine. I think there's Repenter Squad and some Seraphim, if memory serves. Right, time to go through this. The box is still to build. So I have the Tyranny Combat Patrol box here. I think there's only Termagants and 3 Warriors to build out of that box. This is the old fantasy, whatever edition it was, I can't remember now. But there's only Skaven in there, because I gave the High Elves away. I have 1, 2 boxes of, 2 boxes of Pink Horrors. There's the other one. I have 1, 2 boxes up here of Seekers. Chaos Knights. This is a Deathwing Command Squad. But you can't have that no more, so I'll probably just make them as Deathwing Knights and then just save the parts to work on other Terminators, make them into heroes and whatnot. I have 1 box of Genestealers here. I have a 2nd box of Genestealers. I have a Space Marine Devastator Squad, which I might do soon because they're very straightforward and a lot of people are starting with Tactical Squads and Devastator Squads. These are Hellions for the Drukhari army. Over here I have a Terminator Assault Squad. I have a box of Wizards for Frostgrave, which I really love the models for the game that I'm making. There is a box of Khorne Berserkers. A box of Demonettes underneath that. And underneath that is a Chaos Terminator Squad, which is nice. I have a box of Marauder Warriors. Very old box. There is Termagants and stuff like that from 10th edition box of Leviathan in there. Then I have loads of these lovely boxes. Now in here you can see there's these amazing sculpts of very old Demonettes. Except these ones are clothed. When they had these ones before, they weren't clothed. They had their boobies hanging out. People got offended by it and upset, so they're clothed. There's more horrors in here. I have these 2 lovely models here that I use as plague beasts. You know, giant slugs with spikes and teeth, and absolutely lovely. I got the alternative sculpt for the Scorpion Destroyers, which I actually love. They're like really samurai looking. Now bear in mind, when you see like models painted, they just need to be magnetised and put into a box. I have this box here. I think there's 30 cultists in altogether, but only 4 of them are painted. Because when they run the vote to be painted, I run out of time and I managed to get 4 of them done. There's Jackals in here. There's some Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff. There's Iron Man. Looks like Black Widow. I have Khorne Berserkers, and they are scattered around the place. Again, these painted models need to be magnetised and put away. I have Chaos Marines here. I have a couple of Space Marine heroes. I think he's the last model left from the Indominus box to build, to paint, which is nuts. Some stuff from 10th edition. They're the Termagants from 10th edition, and that's the old Termagant. I have Terminators in here that need to be magnetised and put away. I have just like Intercessor squads, Tactical squads. This box here has more, some Swooping Hawks in here, has some 8-bound, has more Khorne Berserkers. There's a that's Lord Invocatus model, but that's the bits that are left over when you build them on the Juggernaut. You can actually make him in a posable form where he stands up swinging an axe. There's some Tyranid stuff in here. There's some other Crisis Protocol stuff in here. I've got Scourges. You've seen a few of them already across the table there. There's Death Marks. There's other Tyranid bits and pieces. There's some Gargoyles that need to be sprayed. I think I have 8 or 9 left of them to build. off camera because I've already built them on camera. All of these demons need to be magnetised. I have all these marines here that are painted to be magnetised. There's orcs in here that are painted up. Some weapons platforms. These guys here with the heavy weapons are part of the Devastator squad, but I just haven't had a chance to sort them out yet. I have this crazy ass box filled with models. As you can see, there's so many lead models in there. Most of them are Terminators, some are tactical, normal, just first of all Marines. This whole box needs to be just taken out and set up into units, and bolt guns added and backpacks added, and you know, all that sort of lovely stuff. See what I do and don't have. There should be some bike in there as well, which I'll probably keep actually captain onto a bike. This box isn't very interesting. There's some black lord Terminators, a Tomb Blade, which is an annoying piece of kit to build. Just a couple of random stray things. This box here, again, there's tactical marines in here that are painted that need to be magnetised and put away. I have a random Plasmancer. I wonder where you'd got to. There's Desolation Marines, there's Hellblaster Marines, there's the 10th edition Terminator guys. There's absolutely loads of stuff, some sister stuff in there, and some Sisters of Silence, no, sorry, not the Custody sister stuff. There's this box of fantasy stuff. There's basically a squad of Chaos Warriors and Michael Nagel. That's what that's going to be, because some of them are very old lead models with fly heads and all that sort of stuff. There's a couple of random bits and pieces just floating around. Right, this box has a couple of loads of Lieutenant. There's a Chaos Sorcerer Michael Slanesh, random Dire Avenger. There's a couple of old lead models here, just that need to be organised. I mean, kind of betrayed there. You saw them out of Plasma Pistol and built on a bigger base. So I think that Corn Betrayal model is actually fantastic. Some pretty random bits and pieces. There's another one of those boxes with just random stuff in. You can see I sort of started sorting this out. Not too well. There's sort of a stationary bike there as well. There's like Sergeant with Power Fist. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in here. An old Ragnar Blackmane. Very badly painted. This box isn't as bad. There's a few like Terminator there. I need to organise into a squad. There's a Thunderhammer guy there. I need to organise into a squad. There's a few painted models in here. There's an Apothecary. There's Deathwing Knights. More Hellblasters and Assault Intercessors. There's a couple of Dark Reapers that need to be taken out to be magnetised. This box is actually probably the best. There's some Assault Intercessors. Okay. And then this Marvel Crisis Protocol painted models. A couple of Custody guy there, and a couple of Marvel Crisis stuff still to do. Then we have this box. These blood letters have to be painted off camera because I've already done them on camera. Again, Noggle Plague Bearers need to be magnetised. He needs to be magnetised and put away. There's a Necron Lord there that needs to be magnetised and put away. A couple of random bits and pieces that need to be properly organised. And 2 Exalt Flamers. This is a nice box as well. Pretty much everything in here just needs to be magnetised. There is Wolverine and Miss Marvel, I think there is. Hexmark Destroyer to paint. And Baratheon, I think that's his name. The Swooping Hawk Phoenix Lord needs to be magnetised. Oh, and there's the Red Skull. And then this is the last box. This is Dr. Octopus. There's some Blade Guard veterans there. Some Inner Circle companions. More Assault Intercessors. Some Flamer pieces. Some Poxwalkers. Whoever that guy is, this is this stuff for the Retributor squad, I think they are. Again, Demoness here needs to be magnetised. I also have bits down here in this box that need to be sorted out. There's a couple of Gen Stealers, some random bits and pieces. An old Chaos Warrior Chariot there that needs to be sorted out. Some Noglins that needs to be put onto a base. I forgot about this box of Beastmen here, but there's more. These guys, this is my spraying area, so these guys have been sprayed down. This guy, they need to be put onto their flying stand, so that it needs to be based. Glue the flying stand on, glue them back onto them. All of this needs to be magnetised. And there's another one underneath that's filled with models to be magnetised, but I'm trying to do it in a way that the next box I do for magnetising will be demons. So all the demons in here can be magnetised and taken out. Same as the boxes I've already shown you, those models, demon models, can be magnetised and put into the box as well, which then frees up space in those boxes for more models to be from here to be put into there, ready to make it up to the table to be painted. And then down here, each one of these bags, the green one I think is Orcs because it's green. There's another bag with Lizardmen in it. There's another bag with Beastmen in it. There's another bag with another fantasy army in there. I can't remember exactly what they are. So, just a few things to get on with, you know. Yes, sometimes I look and it's like overwhelming. You know, the sheer scale. I mean, everything that's on the table now is here because I didn't have time to clear everything on the table, so I was going to Marks for a game on Friday. So I had to empty 2 boxes out to put the stuff in that I'm taking because they weren't magnetised yet, the Eldari. I've started magnetising them now. As you can see, there's some in the box there. Some of the big boys. 2 big, well, Wraith Lord and the Avatar and a few of the little characters. That's going to free up space from here, which means I can put more of that over there, like I just said a minute ago. But the best way for me to deal with it, because it is quite overwhelming, is just focus on, when I say focus on one thing at a time, I'm not focusing on one thing, I'm focusing on about 4 things. But let me explain what I mean. So, I've got the Homogants and Termagants here. I'm focusing on graveling models. So they'll be gravelled and based. Then before I go in, anything that's gravelled and based needs to be undercoated, I'll undercoat. Okay, so there's two things that I'm focusing on there: undercoating and gravelling. And when I say gravelling, I'm talking about bases out. So they're absolutely amazing bases with the gravel and all that sort of stuff. There's 2 things. I'm also magnetising models. So where I showed you the Eldari beast on my big wooden chopping board, basically, I will stick a magnet in the bottom and then lean it so that it's leaning against the board but on the table, so the magnet doesn't slide, it stays where it is, and then when it's dried the following day, then I can put it in the box. So that's the third thing I'm focusing on. I'm also trying to focus on doing content for you guys, which to be honest with you, doing the content for you guys takes priority over everything else. I'm also printing as much as I can, and I see need to get some bust print as well. But yeah, print as much as I can. So there's like 2, 3, 4, 5 things that I'm focusing on. And then before I go off and before I spray and before I go off, I try and spend 10-15 minutes just trying to tidy and organise a little bit. Like I showed you the boxes I have here, some of them you sort of half empty. So the idea is to take that half empty box up and take models that are already primed and based and ready to go and start putting them in there. Ideally, I want to put a squad in the box because I don't want to have a model in the vote and it wins for Monday painting video, and then I've got to go through every single box looking for 1 model or 2 models. But that doesn't always work, as you see. Assault intercessors everywhere. But for me, assault intercessors are not really that interesting. Same as tactical squad. They're not really that interesting for you to sit there and watch me paint. You know, they don't put bums in seats, so to speak. Whereas other models are quite interesting. Even if it's not the whole thing, it's certain parts of it is interesting. So yeah, I do have a lot to focus on at once. And like I said, the content is the priority. So I could go. I mean, these termagants have been glued for like 4 days now, and I haven't gravelled them because I just haven't had the time. Where I've been trying to do content and trying to get other bits and pieces done. But then it could be tomorrow, and I could gravel every single thing that's here that needs to be gravelled, and undercoat half of them. Well, not straight away, but like undercoat half of whatever I have gravelled. You know, and not magnetise anything. It is a proper struggle with everything. But in all honesty, I forgot to tell you, but there's actually 2 other boxes that I had that I didn't say nothing about. 2 recruit editions from the 9th edition Dominus. So there's another 20 Necron Warriors in there, 2 Royal Wardens, 2 Lieutenants, and a 10-man Assault Intercessor Squad still to build out of those 2 boxes. But I've done them on camera, so I'll do them off camera. I forgot about those. But, you know, compared with my pile of shame video, which was like a year ago, the amount of boxes I had here then was just stupid. And since then I've done a lot. Now I don't think I haven't really bought very much. I think anything that I've bought it and then it's been built that week, to be honest. So it has shrunk down a lot, but that shrinks down, this grows. You know, what needs to be based, sprayed, painted. It's like a conveyor belt. It's the best way of putting it. But hopefully, when it comes into the colder months, the printer won't be on. Now I probably can print, but there's more chance of a misprint where the resin's not hitting the temperature it needs to hit. You know, but that's not a big issue. If you have a printer at home and it's in your house, you can print as normal. Don't worry about that. It's just because I'm outside, which means I'll catch up on that lot, and then I'll catch up. You know, once I think there's 20 models here to gravel, and my kit bashed annihilation barge. So there's not that much here to gravel. So once I've gravelled those, I'd then be looking for something else to. Is there anything else to gravel? I think there is. I think we saw a few good things there to sort of gravel. But my point is, once I've got that under control and everything's sprayed, that's why everything's in the big brown box here, because I was spraying everything, and when it was dry, I was then putting it in the box, so I could easily move the box around the place. The plan is now to empty as much of that box into the boxes here as possible. That frees up that box then to put more stuff into. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button because it costs you nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. You know, we're almost at the point of the numbers needed that I can start looking at maybe transitioning this into full time. And if that's the case, then you'll just see more and more of me. Unfortunately, if that is the case, the pile of shame will grow even more. So it'll probably be a 6-month pile of shame video every 6 months. But yeah, hit the buttons for me. Any comments or anything, chuck them below as always, guys. I know I'm going to get heaps of comments about how amazing the pile is, and you know, people don't feel as bad as looking at their pile of shame as compared to mine. You know, any questions about a 3D printer or anything like that, chuck it below as always, because if I don't know the answer, Mark will know. You know, he's my good friend and he's a viewer to the channel, so he'll know the answer if I don't. And if he doesn't look at the video, I'll ask him and he can just tell me and I can cover it for you guys, not a problem. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video with more and more people, which makes this amazing community of you guys grow even more. And a massive thank you to everyone that's joined the channel, subscribe to the channel, comment on all the videos I do, smash the thumbs up button, because it really helps the channel and it means a lot to me. Thank you, guys. So hit the buttons for me. Any questions below as always. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy.